Welcome back to another episode of PHILL-the-Thrills Philosophy Friday. As always, I'm your host, Phil. Sorry I didn't have an episode up for you guys last week, but I think I had a pretty good excuse this time. I ended up having back-to-back dentist appointments, one to have a fairly large filling repaired, and another to finally have my fourth wisdom tooth removed that was been bothering me. So my face was a little bit uncomfortable, and I just didn't really feel like recording a video. In fact, my face still hurts a little bit, but it's time to move on. One benefit to the wait was the small little microphone that I had on order finally arrived, so we're going to try that today. Don't get too terribly excited, it's just a little cheap plug-in microphone for my phone, but hopefully it'll improve the audio just a little bit until I can decide what better equipment to get without spending, a ton of money, because it's just not something I really feel like doing. Anyways, let's get into today's topic. I think it's something pretty interesting that I'd really like to hear your guys' thoughts on. I don't know if you know this, but mutants are already walking among us. That's right, I'm talking homo-sapien superior right out of the Marvel X-Men comics. The next step in human evolution is already here. How do I know? Well, my wife is one of them. My wife has superpowers. They're not terribly useful, but they're very, very cool. So I've known for a very long time that my wife has a bunch of small little talents. She's got a bunch of big talents too. But what I'm talking about specifically is the muscle control that she has. My wife has control, I swear, over every single muscle in her body. She can isolate it, flex it, give it a wide range of the smallest little use to full-blown flex. And you can watch these muscle movements. You can see her begin to flex a muscle in her leg and watch it roll all the way over until it's fully flexed, and then back in small little increments. Not just her legs, everywhere. Arms, fingers, well, not fingers, but her hands, her legs, her chest, her eyebrows. She can control everything. And it's astounding to me. Sure, my muscles work, I can do things, I'm functional, I can flex. But the amount that she can flex, the amount that she can engage those muscles is mind-blowing. It's so impressive and so astounding to me because it's so much more advanced than me that it's like she's a mutant. It's not a terribly useful superpower, but it's incredibly cool. The muscle control she has is just absolutely incredible. I love watching it. It's so neat to experience. Just watch her. She's sitting on the couch and she's just, the Rock in, Journey to the Center of the Earth 2, the Peck Pop of Love. She can do that with any muscle group on her body. It's insane. And it really got me thinking about these small little abilities and talents that people have and how it really is like the mutant gene in the X-Men comics. Sometimes they get useful powers like Wolverine's super healing. Sometimes they get cool weapons like Cyclops' laser eyes. But sometimes they get absolutely useless powers like, Dazzler? She throws sparkles. I mean, I know they've made her more interesting and given her different other things, but essentially, she throws glitter out of her body, like just, boom, fireworks. It's very cool. It's just not terribly useful as a superpower. That's kind of what this is like. And there are actually a lot of different people like that out there. I didn't do a whole bunch of research on this. This is just based on stories and articles that I've read over the years. Like there's a guy that they call the Iceman who can basically run marathons in Antarctica in shorts and a t-shirt. Might be a slight exaggeration, but if you look the guy up, it's crazy the cold temperatures he can withstand. It's people who can hold their breath for incredibly long periods of time. People whose eyesight is better than they've really got a scale for. Grip strength, whatever it is. And it's not always just from incredible levels of training like the Mountain, from Game of Thrones. He's a big, super crazy, strong dude, but he's been training for it. Some people just naturally have these little abilities, these little mutations that make them, for lack of a better term, better than everybody else. It is the next step in human evolution. We're always evolving. It's a scientific fact. We're always evolving. We're always changing. through generations or whatever, but there's always these small little anomalies where evolution takes a leap forward. As I said, it's not always something that's incredibly useful, but it is something different. It's something that not everybody has. I don't know anybody else that has that level of muscle control. Like I said, I certainly don't, and I'm incredibly jealous of it. It's like a superpower. It's like magic. What is it? Arthur C. Clarke, one of the laws of robotics. Any sufficiently advanced technology would seem like magic to a lesser society, or a more primitive society. Something along those lines, anyway. I think that's pretty close. This isn't a technology thing, but it is something that she has that basically seems like magic to me. And there are lots of people out there who have these small abilities and these small talents. I'm wondering, what's yours? I haven't discovered what mine is. I hope I've got something, but I feel like maybe I'm lagging behind in that department. I would love to know, do you have some weird, crazy talent, some ability, something that you can do with your body, you know, double jointedness or stuff like that, that none of your friends have? Are you the mutant in your friend group, or do you have a friend that has seemingly a mutant ability, some weird little quirk of a thing that they can do that nobody else can, whether they break it out as a party trick or whatever? Is it useful, or is it just some random ability? I'd love to hear in the comments below what it is, or if you know anybody that has got a small little talent like that. But the bottom line is, Homo sapien superior, the mutants right out of the X-Men comics, already exist. They're walking amongst us. They're out there. Cue the X-File music. No, we're not going to do that, but you get the idea. Comment below, let me know, and if you got any other ideas for things you'd like to hear me talk about, I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always looking for things to talk about. I've got some big ideas, I've got some small ideas that I haven't quite figured out how to turn into a video yet, and then I got some big ones that are going to take a little bit of work and thinking, and I might actually, need to put some research into them, but we'll get there eventually. Anyways, it's Friday. The weather's supposed to be pretty good this weekend, obviously depending on where you are in the world. In my neck of the woods, it's still winter, but we're getting out of it. I'm still expecting another cold snap, but we're in for a pretty good weekend. Get out there, enjoy yourself. Happy Friday. Take care of yourself, take care of your friends. Get out there, have fun. And as always, keep in mind and remember, that's just my philosophy.